The Shadow in the Pines, a journey into the Bridgewater Triangle. There is a place in New England where the map seems to bleed into another dimension. It is a patch of land defined by 3 points: Abington to the north, Freetown to the southeast, and Rehoboth to the southwest. To the locals, it's home. To investigators of the paranormal, it is the Bridgewater Triangle, a site with a higher concentration of UFO sightings, poltergeist activity, cryptid encounters, and unexplained disappearances than almost anywhere else on Earth. If you drive through the Freetown Fall River State Forest at dusk, the air changes. The wind doesn't just blow, it whispers through the red oaks and white pines with a weight that feels ancient and sentient. This isn't just a ghost story. This is a landscape where the past refuses to stay buried. The heart of the mystery, Hockomock Swamp. At the center of this triangle lies the Hockomock Swamp. The name itself, given by the Wampanoag people, translates to the place where spirits dwell. While early English settlers feared it as the Devil's Swamp, the indigenous perspective was more nuanced. It was a place of immense power, both dark and light. The Hockomock is a massive 17,000-acre wetland that acts as a natural fortress. During King Philip's War in the 1670s, the bloodiest conflict per capita in American history, the swamp served as a final stronghold for the Wampanoag leader Metacom. The land is soaked in the blood of a brutal era, and many believe this trauma created a stone tape effect, where the ground itself records and replays the horrors of the past. The giants in the woods, Pukwudgies and Bigfoot. One cannot discuss the triangle without mentioning its residents, the ones that don't pay taxes. For centuries, reports have surfaced of the Pukwudgies. In Wampanoag folklore, these are knee-high, gray-skinned humanoids with large ears and a nasty disposition. Unlike the playful elves of European myth, Pukwudgies are said to be malicious, luring travelers off cliffs or using poison arrows. But they aren't the only ones hiding in the brush. Since the 1970s, dozens of credible witnesses, including local law enforcement, have reported sightings of giant Sasquatch-like creatures within the Hockomock. One famous account involves a man named John Baker, who in 1980 claimed to see a giant hairy beast standing in the marsh. When he approached, the creature didn't run. It simply stepped into the deep muck and vanished without a sound. Lights in the sky. While the ground holds ancient secrets, the skies above the triangle are equally restless. The first recorded UFO sighting in the area dates back to 1760, when a bright sphere of fire was seen hovering over New England, casting shadows in the middle of the night. In modern times, the sightings have become more frequent. On Halloween night in 1908, 2 undertakers traveling through the area reported seeing what looked like a giant glowing lantern that followed their carriage for miles. In the 1990s, a string of sightings involving massive triangular black craft, silent and low-flying, turned the region into a hotspot for MUFON investigators. The profile of the paranormal. Why here? Geologists point to the high iron content in the soil and the unique magnetic anomalies found near Profile Rock in Freetown. This 50-foot rock formation, which naturally resembles the face of a Native American man, is considered a sacred site. However, it is also a magnet for tragedy. Numerous suicides and unexplained accidents have occurred at its base, leading some to believe the rock acts as a portal or a psychic battery. Then there is Anawan Rock in Rehoboth. It was here that Chief Anawan surrendered to the Plymouth colonists, effectively ending the war. Today, visitors frequently report ghost campfires, the smell of wood smoke and the sound of chanting, only to find the woods empty and cold when they investigate. A legacy of darkness. Beyond the supernatural, the triangle has a grim history of human darkness. In the late 1970s and 80s, the Freetown State Forest became the site of several ritualistic murders. police discovered altars made of animal bones and strange symbols carved into trees. These real-world horrors have layered a sense of dread over the area that persists to this day. When you enter the Freetown Forest, you aren't just worried about ghosts, you're worried about the living. Why the mystery endures. The Bridgewater Triangle is a rare window area. Like the Skinwalker Ranch in Utah, it is a place where the veil between worlds seems thin. Whether it's the magnetic pole of the Earth, the residual energy of a violent history, or something truly extraterrestrial, the triangle remains a puzzle that science cannot quite solve. It serves as a reminder that even in the modern, mapped-out world of the United States, there are still dark patches on the map, places where the rules of physics and logic seem to be merely suggestions. The unspoken rule. If you ever find yourself driving through southeastern Massachusetts as the sun begins to dip below the tree line, keep your eyes on the road. Don't stop for the strange lights in the marsh. Don't follow the small gray figures into the brush. In the Bridgewater Triangle, the land remembers everything, and sometimes it wants you to stay and become part of the memory. Would you like me to dive deeper into the specific police reports from the 1970s Bigfoot wave in the Hockomock?